Hello everybody who's not quite here yet. Just getting everything ready, and it seems like you have to refocus your camera every time. Which is a bit frustrating. Hey Mom, how you doing? Hey, how are you doing? Can you hear me okay? Never fear, because I am here. Yeah, All Might's great. You guys let me know how the levels are doing. If you can still hear me. Is that any better? Well, if Mom can let me know this is okay. I really wish they had an easier way to tell the volume. I also tried looking up how to add chat to the stream screen, and apparently I have to get some other program. So not only am I using a different program to stream entirely, you have to get a different program to get the features and bells and whistles. Like, wow. You would think for a platform like Twitch they would work on that a little. You can hear me, but it's not high, it's kind of low. Is the music loud for you, or just my voice is quiet? Streamlabs, OBS, yeah, that's what I've been looking, is that apparently that's really good for different features, bells and whistles. Music is low, but my voice is a little low. Okay. How's that? Do you hear that better? Okay. And sure, if you want to dink around with it, I will probably be doing the same anyway. Sometime tomorrow, take a look and see what worth it is. I thought it was going to be easy to add the chat, so I kind of just started looking into it like 15 minutes before. And then I realized it was going to be a lot more complicated. Because this Google search I found said you could just do this thing where you do a pop-out chat, add the browser URL, blah blah blah. But then when I did, the browser URL was like asking for your login for Twitch, and yeah, how the heck? It wasn't showing the pop-out chat. Hopefully you can't hear me slurping down my drink. Alright. So, my goal is to get the cookie done. I did sort of shift up the beads already. I pulled out some more whites because I'm gonna need a lot. Pulled out some more of these rainbows. These reds are supposed to be these sort of... Oh, you can't see them. These kind of... Oh no. Well, that didn't work out. I thought for some reason they would just stay on the paper. Oh well. You'll see them when I get them on the loom. They're the sort of light see-through reds. Kind of like these purple, but in red. And I pulled out my browns for the cookie. That is so cute. They are making me want cookies, etc. Yes, me too. I would love some chocolate chip cookies. I especially like the, I think it's Pepperidge Farm thin and crispy. And normally I'm a chewy cookie kind of person, but I will take a Pepperidge Farm thin and crispy one. Alright, so I need 15 white now. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And a rainbow, and then 3 more white. And then I'm gonna have to do this row a couple of times. Fun. I wish I could find some snickerdoodles. Oh, snickerdoodles. I like the fresh baked ones they have at Costco. I don't know if I've ever tried the ones at Costco. But I do like fresh baked cookies, obviously. That's where I kind of like that, especially when they're gooey. You don't have it in Canada. But Chick-fil-A makes amazing chocolate chip cookies. Snickerdoodles, I'm spoiled with Zach's, unfortunately. I do have the recipe somewhere, so maybe you and I can hack it out sometime, Sarah. Ooh, I lost a weight. But, yeah, the one that Zach had, it was so gooey, cinnamony deliciousness. So whenever I try store-bought snickerdoodles, I find that they just don't compare. Well, yeah, I haven't had that luck in finding freshly baked items. Yeah. But I may try to make something if I don't burn the house down. Well, don't worry. Don't have smoke alarms on, so we won't know until it's too late. You're making my mouth water now. Yeah, no kidding. I love cookies. I love sugar. Obviously, you have seen me. I wish that stuff wasn't so addicting, or they just made it healthy. Like, why can't they just make sugar healthy? I mean, come on. I'm at a weird angle. This isn't working for me. There we go. Alright, I think the problem is that I'm too close to one side here, so let me shimmy myself around a little. Okay. There's a trick if you warm it up slightly with a glass of water. The cookies almost taste like fresh in the microwave. I've never tried that, so maybe that's something we can do sometime. Although I don't know why, because if we just bake the cookies, it'll be better. It also works for things like quesadillas. I guess it's the moisture from the water boiling. and sometimes cakes, depending on the microwave. Yeah. Well, like a apple pie is good to be warmed, and then you put the ice cream so it starts melting over it. One, two, three, up. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Make sure I got the right amount here. These kinds of rows are always the worst to do because it's just this boring trying to fetch the same color. I don't know, it just seems easier to deal with the other rows that are more complicated. Justin's gonna go broke now, yeah. Same as blueberry pie, yum, that is true. Sometime when you're here again, Mom, we should go to that blueberry farm and pick up a pie there. They make really good fresh blueberry everything. Oh, I didn't know the Count's puppet person died. The Count is the one that you'd pull up for your cousins to learn how to count. Yeah, well, he helped me count on Sesame Street too. I don't think there's a blueberry festival. There's the tulip time thing coming up. Woo. And yeah, Mom, we'll definitely do that. Besides, when you come around, winter time should be when they would... Although I don't know, because blueberries don't grow in the winter. But I would think they would have it because of Christmas. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I'm not sure in September. I think they do store them in the freezer and pull them out. But I'm not positive. Because I feel like... Oh. Got these beads mixed up. I feel like Audrey got it for Christmas one year. But my memory's not the best. I remember the experience, not the details. At least that's what I tell myself as an excuse. ask Audrey whether available and maybe buy one and freeze it. Yeah. Well, it's not like she could go there now. She lives a bit too far away. Or we can get fresh blueberries and I can attempt to make it there. I'll bring my recipe for pie crust with me. I mean, sure. I don't know about getting fresh blueberries in September though, but we can find out. I think my cats are up to something. I just heard some banging and pounding out there. I am in the room where their food comes out of, so I'm sure they get a little antsy when I'm in here. So we get fresh stuff here pretty much all year round. Well, they might have it. It's, I think it's like whether or not they're imported. Like, they grow a lot of stuff in winter in places like California, where it's always hot. But it wouldn't, I don't know if it'd be available here in Michigan, and it wouldn't be from that farm. Need 5 white. And 5 of these light browns. 5 more white. See, rows with actual stuff in between is a lot easier to deal with for me. Remember, Meyer has a bunch of fresh things happening all the time. Yep. So yeah, I mean, I suppose it might be an option to do that. I don't know how fresh imported the blueberries will be, but we'll find out. Of course, as far as I don't know how accurate this is, but from what I heard, that's kind of the part of the reason why California is going through droughts and stuff, because they have to water all that food a lot more than, you know, they don't get the replenishment very much. But that is not our problem, is it? Just kidding. I'm sure the scientists will figure it out before it's too late. Or a great flood will happen and we won't have to worry about it at all. You know, when we get a chance and want to do some fun trips, there is this German place in Indiana called Daus Essence House. I probably mispronounced that, but cool, sure. Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking out places in Indiana. Plus they have a Jack in the Box there, and oh, I miss Jack. The weather has been strange all around the world. I mean, we barely had any snow here, and you didn't have very much snow either. Yeah, we kind of had some flurries here and there. We've been having some really weird Like, this week I turned the AC on again, and now the heater's back on for days. So, I don't know. Michigan's just... I like how Sarah put it. It's bipolar. They have great pies and a buffet. Sounds good. We'll have to go. And yeah, there's a Jack by Indianapolis. A few of them there. Why am I just hearing about this? I don't know. It was always a big thing that Zach and I wanted to do sometime, is do a, as we called, a fat road trip. And go down specifically to get Jack in the Box. Of course, we check out other things in Indianapolis too, but the main reason would be for Jack. Bless Jay for the energy drink. I needed it. Well, yeah, but now he has a Del Taco and Jack. I can't remember, is Jack in the Box like a hamburger place? Yeah, Jack in the Box is that hamburger place that we went to when you picked me up in Seattle. Del Taco's delicious too. I mean, that's out near Detroit, which is also a huge drive. Suppose also I would like to touch a little more on grief, since this is kind of what I'm trying to do for this channel, stream, whatever. I don't know if it's the same if you lose anything other than a spouse, but sometimes when you do weird things to try to remember them and keep them close, like sniff their deodorant. Or I heard of somebody who dressed a pillow in their clothes and put him in the chair that they were supposed to be in. I haven't done that. Dressed his clothes in a pillow. I don't judge it, obviously. I have sniffed his deodorant. I have not touched any of his stuff. That is still everywhere in the house. Don't plan to touch his stuff for a long time. And, I was really upset. I tried very hard to get his clothes back that he died in, because I literally did laundry the day he died. So I had nothing but his fresh, clean clothes that no longer smelled like him. And you'd be surprised how fast a person's scent will leave a pillow, because it did not take long for his side of the bed to just smell like cotton. I also still have his toothbrush. I still have all his beard shampoo. The only difference is I actually had to move that into a box and put it in the cupboard, so my roommates actually could have space in the shower. Anyway, I think there's pretty much nothing that you should feel ashamed of doing. When I actually wrote it in a poem once, I remember writing in that Zach probably would have just laughed and not even cared. If he heard the things that I kept and did, he would have been like, "You're crazy," and moved on. He wouldn't have given a crap. He'd probably crack a joke. Looked at me like I was insane. Pretended he'd have to leave me or something. Dang it. Besides, I'd like to see him try to live the way I have to without him. These beads are just not working with me. So basically, I've even done worse things that I do not want to actually put on stream. But don't feel ashamed. You are allowed to grieve as you want to. And defend the stuff. I know some people are the type that can't handle looking at it. I am the opposite. I couldn't handle not looking at it because I felt personally, and I'm not judging anybody else, that if I didn't have it there, it was as if he didn't live here at all, and I couldn't handle that concept. So I left all his belongings around, and I still have his clothes and what have you. Eventually, some of his clothes I'll give away, but I'll probably always keep the main ones he wore, which wasn't anything fancier, and they're kind of junky anyway, so no one's gonna make use of them. But the main point is, it's okay. Don't feel shame. Just do what you have to, day by day, to survive. There's a woman in the group that I went to. It smells his aftershave when she wants to remember him. Yeah. That sounds like him. It does. He would definitely mock me for it, but he wouldn't judge me for it. Because he liked to do that. He was all in good humor. You don't have to do anything right now, hun. I know. I'm just saying it mostly for others so that they know they don't have to do anything either. Of course, it's unfortunate because I really wanted his help to, to go over all the junk we have, because there's some stuff I know we wanted to get rid of and downsize. So as a joke, I like to say, you know, asshole, if you didn't want to do it, you could have just said so. You didn't have to go and get yourself killed. But I have a very dark sense of humor, so did he. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really like how this is coming along. Of course, I realized after I finish this I might have to offer it to all the other people in my group, which I don't mind. But this woman's been very sweet to me, so. Now I want cookies, brownies, and cakes, and yeah, so do I. And get on the messages with Jay and tell him you better bring home some treats. I don't know if you could hear that finger snap. Probably joking around with the other spirits out there. Oh, he definitely is. He always could fit in. He was so fluid that way, and it's hilarious considering he had social anxiety. Because when he was comfortable enough, everyone would love him and laugh. You know, he could always make jokes and light up a room. And I am making this for, I don't know if I should say her name, because, you know, privacy and all. The other woman you met, that isn't one of the main leaders. I'm sure would appreciate this bracelet. I think so. I don't know if she'll wear it as a bracelet, which is fine. She can keep it just as decoration, but... yeah, it's really cute. Thank you. I am glad, though, it's not hot today or yesterday, because this room gets so stuffy when it's hot out. And I can't keep the door open because of the cats. So... urge for sweets rising. Well, it's not going to get any better. Alright. I was thinking after I finish this, I should take all of the VODs and then, like, do a speed up. And let's see how it, like, gets built at, you know, like 50x or something. That'd probably look pretty cool. You can kind of see they're shinier reds than the sort of more solid opaque red. Sort of hard to tell. They're a little see-through too, but I needed a place to use them, so here we are. Looking for your jewelry making stuff. I take it you haven't found it yet. Nope, not yet. These wider patterns are always such a pain in the butt to get the needle through. Well, I hope you do find your stuff. Craft night for us? I'd like that. That'd be cool. After I'm done with this project, maybe I'll just do one for myself and we can do it out there and throw up a show or something. Check real quick. I gotta... message, and it's nothing. Okay. Didn't think it was going to be anything, but should always check. Oh, stretch. Tomorrow I'll probably put on the face cam. I just could not do it tonight. But, you know, my massive amount of following, I'm sure, is disappointed. I usually avoid the camera like the plague, too. Zach was very camera shy, so unfortunately, I don't have very many pictures. So I have to say, you know, if you're not here because your spouse has passed, take some pictures. No matter how much they moan and cry, take their damn picture. Oops, I got lost on the wrong row. Oh, I really messed up. Okay. I put those brands in the wrong spot. Oh well. And I would say too, if you have a spouse still, hit record on your recorder. Every phone has one. Even if it's just audible, tell each other you love each other. I found one recording where he was mocking me, of course. Teasing me, as your husband would do. But then afterwards he said in a very cute way that he loves me. Of course, because I was mad that he was teasing me. I mean, not really mad, but you know. I told him he didn't. And I wish I had one where we got to say it back to each other. But I will take what I got. So I said this to every person I knew who's married. Take your phone. Take pictures. Even a video recording would be good. Of saying you love each other. And maybe when they're past, you won't be able to even have the capability to watch it, but you know you'll have it. And I think that's more valuable. As I know one of the people at my group, she can't hear a recording from her late husband. She doesn't have the strength for that yet, but that's okay. I think it's important that she has it regardless. trying to not buy supplies because I have a friend that has some jewelry making supplies. Yeah, I understand that. You have to get them then. But if not, like I said, that place that I buy these beads can have pretty good wholesale costs, so Fire Mountain Gemstones or something like that. Yeah, how many people wish they had done things like that, so do it if you can. Exactly. I regret not having more. And, you know, I kicked myself too because I had a nightmare beforehand that he passed away. And that I was upset that I didn't have enough pictures. And in my dream I remember thinking like, all I had to do was just take the pictures instead of worry about how upset he was, you know, for it. And when I woke up, I remember like that carried over, like, man, imagine if something happened to him, how upset I would be that I didn't just do it because he was too, you know, anxious or camera shy. Of course, when I told him, I sort of saw this twinkle of panic in his eye. Like, oh no, does this mean she's gonna pull out her camera? So of course I didn't, because I love the asshole and I didn't want to make him feel bad, so... But I would say, obviously you don't want to make your person uncomfortable. And of course this isn't just for a spouse, actually. Now, I mean, I said it was, but now to think about it, I mean, get pictures and recordings and stuff of your parents and other people that you really love in your life. And do it the next time you meet them, because you never know if that'll be your last. I mean, Zach died very suddenly. He had a bilateral pulmonary embolism, which basically means he got 2 blood clots in either, like 1 blood clot per lung, basically. So he kind of suffocated even though he was breathing. Anyway, we weren't expecting that. Blood clots are the silent killer, as they say. Can happen with strokes, can happen to the lungs. So, the moment you see your person again, get a recording. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're doing amazing, hun. Thank you. Some days I feel it, some days I don't. Feel amazing, I mean. I guess I never really feel amazing. It's always there in the back of my mind. But, yeah. Well, if I have to die, I hope I die quickly and not suffer for a long period of time. I mean, I think most people would prefer that. No one wants to really suffer. I would like to think, since it was us going to bed and it was at night with us sleeping, he didn't really feel anything or panic, because he would have been unconscious, and then when you lose air, your body makes you go unconscious even more, so I hope he didn't have anything like that and he just went away peacefully. I have been consuming a massive amount of near-death experiences, so they help me. I would suggest giving a few a try. See if they help you. And a lot of them seem to say, like, they don't suffer very long or very much, even when they're aware that they're suffering. It's like they end up having split consciousness. So know that if your person's suffering or did suffer too, more than likely they left their body before it was too much, or while they were paying attention to their body, they were also outside of it paying more attention to the passage of their life. Yeah, I get mixed bags with near-death experiences because sometimes I'm like, at least I know he didn't suffer. I know what happened to him. I know he went to a good place. Well, if you believe him anyway. I do, because there's just too many of them. And even though science would like to explain away their experience, there's just some parts you can't explain. In my mind, anyway. They're helpful. They give you a lot of comfort and losing the fear of death itself. Yeah, and I agree. Actually, I do too. They help me with that a lot. But I also sometimes get a little mad, like, well, why do they get to be here? And Zach didn't have the chance to come back. That's that human experience for you. Can't help it. I just accept it and move on. It's not like I want to, or I was gonna say hate, that's a strong word. I don't hate these people, or I'm not like mad at them. I'm glad they had the opportunity to come back. But in the same token, I wish Zach was among them. I wish he came back and had some profound experience and needed to go on all these podcasts to tell the world. I would have been okay with that. Sorry, I get quiet when I pick up the beads. I have to try to focus on the pattern too and make sure I get the right number of everything. Wasn't in his contract. He only came here for a specific amount of time. Wouldn't that be so awesome? Oh my god, maybe he could have got rid of that anxiety of his. Well, yeah, I mean, I would think that it would help his anxiety and such. But yeah, I mean, contracts are hit and miss with me. Kind of like how Christian Sundberg puts it, where it's more like, of course you come here to learn whatever lesson you're trying to learn. But then it's more like a tree and branches and roots of possibilities of how, you know, things might change So it's not like your contract's written in solid stone. Your actions and the actions of those around you even can affect how it's gonna go one way or the other. And that sort of gave me a lot more belief in the free will of it, because that was a big part of the contract idea that I did not like, especially the concept of why the hell would I write this in my contract? Because I think if this was supposedly in a contract, it'd be more mine than his, because he kind of got to end and clock out early before he got to complete some stuff that we were gonna do. It felt very, like he never got to overcome his anxiety and depression and so on. Other than living for me and those around him, but he never got to, like, live for himself, I guess. And I don't see why you would put that in a contract. That being said, I kind of believe more that I would be the one to do it instead of God. For some reason it seems easier to blame myself than God. God, I hope he doesn't have to come back and deal with the anxiety thing again. That would really suck. Yeah, I've thought of that. Like, I hope he's fine and done and doesn't have to return, because I don't want to have to do this again. Although if he does and we get to have a life where we live together until the end, I guess I'd be okay with that. I think Christian is correct that we have a contract, but it's not like you said in stone, because there's many variables. There's people that are dealing with their own things that come into your past that can change a path. So, but I do think that you come here for a specific amount of time, and when that time is up, you just go, I guess. I mean, I'm on the fence about that, because it sort of feels like if you come here for just a specific amount of time, what's the point then? There's no point to try to, like, be healthy or do anything, because you'll just live until that time and then you'll go, you know? So I am not too sure about that one. But maybe when I get there, I'll be like, oh, silly me. Time is for kids. I was doing tricks are for kids kind of concept. So yeah, that failed, I think. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 4 white. Gonna need to get more whites out soon. as most say, time doesn't exist up there, so for them, this is nothing for the creation of who you are. Yeah. Yeah, well, because, I mean, to him, I'm probably already still, like, up there, and we're floating on clouds together, for all we know. I don't like not knowing what will happen, who you met, etc. I would love to re-meet everyone and be with them all again, thinking that it will be black nothingness just makes me panic. Yeah, me too. I know I shouldn't dwell on it. I just like at least a peek of what else will happen. Well, we could just kill you briefly and then resuscitate you, and then you can let us know. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm very much kidding. Like that movie Frighteners. Yeah, Flatliners, I think you meant? Or were you thinking of Frighteners? Because I think Frighteners was the one with the ghost that haunted and wanted to kill people, wasn't it? Yeah, Flatliners. There was a show on Netflix too that sort of touched on it called The OA. Of course, it was a little weird. They ended up having a second season that we never watched. Frighteners, What Dreams May Come is actually kind of a neat example of what to expect. Yeah, What Dreams May Come was a good one. And I said, what did I say? Oh, The OA was a show on Netflix. This guy kidnaps a group of people, and he basically flatlines them over and over again to try to get some knowledge or something like that. I can't remember why. And they were all like learning parts to this, like, I don't know, dance or something. It was a little weird, but it was that sort of same concept of flatliners. I've never seen that one, What Dreams May Come. Oh, it's an old one with Robin Williams. It's a good one, though. I'll have to see if I can get it for us to watch. Or maybe it'll be on a streaming service. That'd be really cool. Dang it, I will need some tissues and a pint of ice cream. Yes. It is sad, but it also is happy. Like, it has a happy ending and stuff, but just very drama driven too. Kind of about the afterlife and such. Sorry about that. I can bring that movie with me. I have it on DVD. I can make a note of it. Sure. I mean, you're coming kind of in several months, so I'm sure we'd end up watching it sooner than that. Ghost was a really good one too. Yep. Gotta get more white beads. think I like this playlist the best out of the ones I've had so far. I'm gonna put these dark browns away. I don't need them anymore for a long time. Oops, sorry, I tapped the camera. Patrick, can't remember his last name. Swayze? Yeah, Swayze. Let me know if you want me to bring it when it comes closer to the time I'm coming. It should be around mid-September. Yep, sure. I'm sorry he passed. Yeah. All the actors I knew are dying. I really like it. I may have to steal the song from you. Yeah, sure. I mean, I have in the bio the guy's channel. So please feel free to go check it out. I need to make a better bio. Mine's really lazy at the moment. It's just like, I'm navigating through Widow. Not through Widow, but navigating through being a widow. Here's the music I'm playing. I didn't know what to write at the time. And I thought it was more important to start streaming instead of worrying about what should go in there. Maybe I'll have ChatGPT make me a bio. Before people cringe and leave. I won't do that. I'll write my own. I should have put the red away. I don't really need it anymore either. Shoot. Oh well. Probably wrap up this in 15 or so minutes again. Seems like a good amount of time, an hour and a half to do this. Yeah, kind of crazy how they're dropping like flies, aren't they? Looks and sounds fine to me. I can do it. Not even sure what to look for your bio. I think if you click on my name, which should be around the top right, I would assume. But I'm not positive. There should be a way to go to like my main channel area. How far are you with it now? Well, this is the last row for the cookie. And then there's one more cupcake, so I should be able to probably finish it tomorrow's stream. Or actually, I'll probably finish the design tomorrow, and then I'll do like the closing, tying off the ends and all of that stuff on another stream, because that alone can take a while. So 2 more streams. And that'll be tomorrow and then Sunday, so that I can get this to her for Monday is my goal. So guess Guess I'll be streaming on the weekend. Which is fine. Give it a try when you log off, sure. Yeah, I think it is through your name listed under the video, yeah. She will love it, very cute. Yeah, I think so too. I think she will as well, it's adorable. I mean, besides, you generally just like things that people do for you as a human thing. So, I got that going for me. Alright, so I think I can finish off these two. Oops, move this up. These two sort of blank rows. And then that'll save the cupcake and the end design for tomorrow. I think that'll work. Can't believe how fast this has gone. Me neither. It's definitely gone faster than I thought it would. Especially after how the first row ended up going. I would have started this sooner in the week, but I didn't get the chance to because of my work's brand week and all. 2, 3. Oops, got an extra one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoot. Well, that flickered. Now I don't know where I'm at. 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Just wanted to make sure. It is a pain in the butt when you have to do it again. These little white ones are being trouble. I mean, granted, I suppose I have 23 of them in one needle. Are you still with the same boss? Did they transfer you? They did not transfer me yet. I am still with my same boss. But she's sort of helping me learn things so that it'll benefit me in my new position when that comes around. Not a promotion, it's a lateral move. They're just kind of doing a little reorganizing of how the company's going to run certain things. So I'm going to be helping more on the side of inventory management. Really great. She's a good boss. Yeah, she's actually one of the best ones I've ever had. know, I feel like she thinks I'm kissing her ass, but whenever I get the opportunity to praise her to her boss, I take it. And I hope she doesn't think I'm just trying to kiss her ass, because it's true. She really has been a great boss and leader for me. I think I need more white beads before I finish this row, so... Might as well get rid of these red ones now. Might as well get a lot of white ones since we need so many. Like I said the other day, this tackle box has really tall walls, so it's hard to pinch in and get the beads. And because of that, sometimes a bead or two will flicker into other parts. Like you can see a white one there, a white one in there. So I had a rainbow one in there that came out, which works out because I need to use those anyway. One, two, work with me. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, no, I'm not going to use that one. It looks a little chipped. I need to get garbage in here. 12, 13, 14, and 15. And that is how you count to 15, children. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thankfully this morning I did not wake up to more cat puke. I was just happy about that. I still have pumped myself massively full of caffeine because I want to have a good night tonight. I'm hoping to finish Final Fantasy 16 before Dragon's Dogma 2 comes out. I don't know if I will, because Final Fantasy games tend to be very long, but I think I will. And then who knows, maybe I'll try streaming a little Dragon's Dogma on this. No, I don't know about that, actually. Now that I think about it, it'd be hard to do. Final Fantasy 16 is a one-player game, so I do play it on my own. Oh, for those of you without a chat, my mom asked if I play it with my roommates or not. Dragon's Dogma is also a one-player game, although you can apparently share pawns, which are like these NPC helpers that run around with you in the world. However, I do have Helldivers 2 that I plan to play with Jay sometime, and maybe Sarah. Depending on where we can get the stuff, so. Alright, this thread is getting a little... I think I can do 1 or 2 more rows with it. I'm not going to do that right now, but then we'll have to get a new thread, weft thread. But I think I am good for today. We did really good. We finished the cookie. So starting tomorrow, we should be able to finish this other cupcake. And then, like I said, I'm gonna, because that'll just be 3 more rows after that. So we'll finish off the design tomorrow. And then, come Sundays when we'll take it off the loom and start doing all the fancy stuff about tying off the ends, and also, depending how fast it goes for the cupcake, I might go over how to weave in the tails of your threads. Or I might just save that for the Sunday finishing it off sort of thing. Download a bunch of episodes from the 2nd season, but I haven't watched them yet for Halo. Oh. Yeah, we don't really watch Halo. I've never really been a Halo fan, like the game. But also, I heard it is very atrociously bad compared to the game. So, I don't want to support that. No cookies, meow. Hey. How you doing, man? You can see how far I've come along on it. So, we got 1 cupcake, 1 cookie. Tomorrow will be the next one. And then Sunday we'll be finishing it. Working, yeah. Working hard or hardly working? Ha ha ha. I gotta rewatch a walkthrough for the beginning of Halo. I keep dying when I try to grapple my way to safety. Yeah. Well, you play on a controller too, which I imagine is really hard to do a shooter on a controller. I can't do it too easily. That's awesome. Hardly working. Ask once. Well, considering how much you have been working, I think you actually earned a little reprieve, so besides you're her boss, you can order her around. Your mean bean got me through this though, so thank you for that. Kind of looking at the moment. Sorry for not being active. No, that's fine. You do you. I lurk on things all the time. I need to get headsets. My favorite one died on me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. It's hard to find the right one too that doesn't squish your head too much and cause your ears to hurt. Yes, these didn't do that, yeah. Well, maybe you can just rebuy those ones. I took the earphones out and I can hear you quite well. She better than with the earphones. Oh, maybe your earphones are just not, like the audio levels are bad or something on it, or you had it too quiet, I don't know. I'm glad you can hear me better. That's why I need, yeah. They're just cheap airplane earphones. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be very good then at all. You need to get better ones for sure. For this, I use these fancy Sony ones that Zach got. Because, you know, he loved music so much, so he needed to hear every little part of it, which I didn't mind, because that means I got the fancy, awesome earphones too, because he wanted to be fair. So, they're noise canceling and everything. The ones I'm wearing. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I have good earphone set. I just have to get it out. Well, you have until tomorrow to do that. I mean, I guess you don't have to do it for my stream only. But you know. So, I thank you all for watching me and talking with me. I do appreciate having somebody to bounce up back and forth with. And of course, mom support. Love you. Sorry, the camera keeps shaking too. I need to probably get better stands because all I got are these twisty ones that you can put them into place, but then I find like it does this problem anytime. Like I barely moved and touched the table and it bounced. But at least I figured out the autofocus, that's what matters. Have a great night, and I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you too, Mama, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll text you when I'm gonna stream again. We're all learning, yep. So I'll probably, try to like look into Streamlabs or something sooner so I can get the chat on the screen, because most of the reason I read it out is so that if anybody's watching it in a way that they can't see the chat, like I tend to watch Twitch on TV a lot and you can't seem to put the chat on the TV. It's kind of a pita. So a lot of the times I read it out for people who can't have the chance to read what's going on. But if I had it up on the screen, then I could just answer you guys, and that's half as much talking, and that would help my throat and voice, that's for sure. In the meantime, though, I really do appreciate you all coming. You know, as usual, like I said, grief is a pain in the butt. It hurts. It will always hurt. But you'll learn to lift that weight. It's like going to the gym and exercising. The weight doesn't change, but it gets easier and feels lighter, even though it isn't. Grief is the same. Eventually there's going to be days where you're not sobbing hysterically, and then there's going to be a day where something triggers you and you will do it all over again. But it'll become more, you'll become more used to it, and you'll be able to manage to survive it. Just know to keep on going. Even if you can't do one day at a time, do 1 minute at a time. And eventually, you know, find a hobby of some sort. I think that'd help a lot too. This hands-on healing kind of concept, it helped me. It's a good distraction. It's a good something to do to keep your mind occupied. And then afterwards you can look at what you've done and see you've accomplished something. And I'd like to also repeat, get a support group. Even if it's just an online one, even if all you do is listen. Listen to other people who have gone through the same thing. Besides, maybe they'll have tips or ideas of how they got past the same emotion that you're suffering right now, that you hadn't thought of course, because you're in the middle of it. And that helps a lot too. Well said, exactly. Thank you guys. So, just know you're not alone. And know that people love you. And that's it, I guess. I hope you all have a great night. And is it Thursday yet? No, I'm kidding. If you're a critter, you'll get it. Alright, you guys have a good night. And since I don't know how to end these very well, okay, bye!